Hi guys, Dion here. I wanted to create a short video to just do an overview of the materials that you will need to create this project. So the first thing we wanted to talk about is something that holds your water, because water is necessary for watercolor painting. I tend to use old 32-ounce yogurt cups. Luckily my dad eats this stuff like there's no tomorrow, so I have almost an endless supply. What I like about these cups is the fact that they are tall and relatively narrow. I mean, if you think about it, when you're painting and you take your brush and put it in the water to clean it, all of the pigment that was on your brush is going to settle down to the bottom of your container. If you have a very short, narrow container, then every time you clean your brush, you're going to be stirring that pigment back up, and it may give you some less than satisfactory results. And my paints, I purchase in tubes, and then I take the paint out of the tube and I fill my watercolor palette with it. You really want to fill that and then dip your finger in water and flatten the paint down into the well. I like this palette. This is a John Pike palette, and I like the fact that the inside wall isn't short as compared to the outside wall. And that brings me to watercolor pigments. You should buy the very best quality materials that you can afford. For you, that very well may be a strip of Crayola watercolors that you could get at the pharmacy, and that's perfectly fine. Get whatever you can get and do whatever you can do at this point in time. If you decide you love watercolor and you want to make other purchase decisions down the road, that's wonderful. So a few of the colors that you will want to have for the painting miniature landscape project. One that is one of my favorites is a color called Quinacridone Gold. And it's actually a recent substitution for raw sienna, but it's a beautiful luminous color, and it doesn't have the opacity or cloudiness that you would find in raw sienna. I also will be using permanent rose, and will be using either cobalt or French ultramarine blue. Now basically, what you're looking at on your screen right now are the three primary colors. We have a red, a yellow, and a blue. And from those three colors, you can make any other color that you would like. But for convenience, I think it would be helpful to have a little bit of sap green as well, and maybe some cadmium lemon yellow. Other than that, you're fine. And if all you have are red, yellow, and blue, you will be able to create these paintings. That brings me next to brushes. I really love these little Cornell Ultra Round brushes. They're not very expensive. They have a wonderful point, and they're synthetic, so they last for a really long time. You may also want to pick up a script liner. This is a Robert Simmons #1. I talked a little bit about paper towels in the supply list, and this is a Bounty, this is a Viva. I love the Bounty. If you're going to use it to lift color off your paper though, sometimes this texture will leave a mark or just a little sponging imprint. So the Viva doesn't have any of that texture on its surface, so it's better for that type of a technique. And the other thing is our Holbein spritz bottle. You can pick up a spritz bottle almost anywhere that you can use to spray your colors down, but there are specific techniques that we can use this particular bottle for, and it has to do with this little circle in the inside of the sprayer, and it puts out fine little dots of water. So that's why I'd like you to seek out and purchase a Holbein spritzer bottles so that you can use these to create the clouds in your painting.